Heyo, Don Schmidt, the Book Kahuna, coming at you today with another tip of the day. So, today's tip, I did a blog post a while ago and it was called Mentors and Demons. Well, we're not going to talk about the demons part. We'll get into that in the future. And I have some good stories about the publishing demons to be aware of. But in this one, we're going to talk about the mentors. Everyone in publishing needs someone who's got sage advice, who can actually take them under their wing, point them in the right direction, give them the direction that they need to get information and know exactly how they're doing their job correctly. I've had two in my career that I can readily go back to and say, yes, those were pivotal moments in the career of Don Schmidt. One of them was when I was at Springer-Verlag about 25 years ago. I was working with a guy, older guy, his name was Jim Leone. This guy knew his stuff. You could ask him a question about binding, you could ask him a question about paper, you could ask him a question about how to do a breakdown on a unit cost. He was on, and he took me under his wing and he showed me a lot of different things about publishing. Guy was great. I worked with him for about a year and a half. Right after that, my next mentor, I was at Van Nostrand Reinhold. It was a very short stay at Van Nostrand. I started there in September of 1990. I was laid off in January of 1991. But the overall production director was a guy named Joe Campanella. Now this guy, what he taught me was, no matter what you do, if you make a mistake, own up to it. Something happens while you do something wrong, just say, hey, I did it wrong. Take the consequences. All right, so it may mean that you lose your job. You made a mistake, but you know what? You learn from it. While I was working for Joe, I actually put together a book, and I paginated the front matter in this book wrong so that the copyright page didn't back up to the title page, which is a big no-no. It's not going to happen. The book went through, got printed, came out, and it ended up on Joe's desk. Joe called me into his office and said, so what happened? And I said, what could I say? I blew it. I just said I blew it. I made a mistake. And he said, you know what? I can't do anything more to you than what you're doing to yourself. So he said, is it going to happen again? I said, no, sir, it'll never happen again. He said, okay, it's a learning. It's going to cost, but you learn from the mistake. So those are the points I would like to make. You have to find a mentor, whether it's a mentor in your office, somebody outside of the office, somebody who knows the industry, someone who can give you advice, talk to you, just give you an understanding of how the publishing system and industry works. That's what you need to have. And it has to be somebody who's been in the business, knows what's going on, and it can't be somebody who's like a peer. It's got to be somebody who's on a higher level, because that person then has the information that they can give to you, and you will be able to grow from it. So, that's the tip of the day. Mentors. Gotta have them. Can't leave home without them. Don Schmidt, be strong, be well, get your mentor, and get ahead and go to the corner office in this industry, because we need new readers. Don Schmidt, signing off. Till next time, the Book Kahuna. Bye-bye.